Apex Legends has done something incredible and brought back an audience that may have thought the game was dead forever to them, but they've also exposed a few secrets as to what they're going for, why it's important to players, and why it hasn't worked in the past, plus one other thing I'm going to talk to you about. Let's dive into the brand new LTM Control, which will be coming out in Season 12 of Apex Legends. When it comes to control, people love it in their lives. We all understand that having a choice or having someone else make the choice about what happens to you, it's better to have your own choice. But in video games, we often feel helpless because of the situations with which the video games thrive. In Apex Legends, as a battle royale, we often cover teams and players that are doing so well in a very tense mode, which is surviving as the only other player or players in the lobby. And that could be a lot, especially as the world has gotten a little bit more stressful over these past few years. I think that people want to play Apex, and unfortunately, like Warzone, like Fortnite, sometimes struggle with spending their time on that when they could play other games that don't challenge them as much, which is one secret that Control exposes. That's that people want Apex. They just are scared to go for it. Why do people want to play Apex, and how does Control coming in as a limited time mode help us understand that? Well, first of all, whether you're a Warzone or a Fortnite fan, let me explain what this mode is if you haven't heard of it, especially if you don't know the details of exactly how it'll be played. All right, so why is Control so important, and why is it getting people who may want to play Apex, even people who love battle royales but haven't shifted to Apex, to give it a try? It's very simple, but it's also really misunderstood, because I think most people are thinking it's just a flashy mode. It's actually not, and I think that's why people are so interested in it. Control is about controlling 3 different areas on a map. There will be 2 to start when this launches with Season 12 Defiance. Players will drop down in teams of 9 and have the ability to fight over 3 distinct zones. Owning those zones will give you points. The more points you earn, you'll earn for your team by controlling a zone, and also earn individual points, which will allow you to level up your gear in-game once you hit certain markers of experience and points gathered. But here's the great thing. When you die, you respawn, and you respawn quickly, which allows you to get back into the fight. Now, this does 2 things. 1, it helps create a diffusion of responsibility. People do not feel like it's just them controlling the fate of the game, especially with 8 other players in there and everyone being able to respawn quickly. 2nd, it creates a really fun tactic to be able to use, which means that you do have to still think about a game and think about a plan, but it's not do or die. Well, it's do, die, and then come back to life to try to do again. All of these things help players who maybe are used to Fortnite or Warzone come to Apex with a level of responsibility taken off of their shoulders. I know for me, trying to play Fortnite right now, I would feel nervous because I don't know how to build, even though I can shoot pretty well. I would still not play that game because of the barrier of entry of learning that skill. And I think a lot of people realize how skillful Apex Legends is. Without an easy introduction route, people who want to play Apex decide, well, maybe I'll just try God of War. Or maybe I'll just, play Warzone again. I don't have to really think about that, and my friends are just as bad as I am. But Apex? Ooh, I heard that was kind of hard to master, but when you do, it's really fun. That's too much work for me tonight. I think Control will be the gateway for many different people to start playing Apex, and honestly, I've already seen it. Designers, friends of mine who have played other games with team deathmatch or control objective-based modes are logging onto Apex for the first time in months, and that's no coincidence. The second thing that Apex Legends Control Mode exposes is that people crave casual experiences, or rather, they crave a choice of having a casual experience in a sandbox-type game. Let's break that down further and why arenas didn't necessarily fulfill that. With arenas, we got the introduction we wanted, the ability to play in a different mode besides Battle Royale. And as an arenas fan, coming from my days of Smite, I thought, hooray, this is it. The only problem with arenas, as we soon found out, was it became, 1, really sweaty to play, as everyone who started to do it, because of a ranked leaderboard and also the ability to just kind of win and the clutch kind of tenseness that would happen, created a little bit of a pressure situation where someone couldn't really relax and just zone out and play some fun video games. That was a problem. B, you didn't have a respawn. You respawn between rounds, but you only had one life in a round, and that, to me, was the crux, the issue, the main point that stopped people coming back to arenas, as we've seen that mode kind of peter out in terms of popularity, although it's still one of my favorite things, and I'll always have a special place in my heart for arenas, as you guys probably know on the channel. Control aims at solving that problem by giving people choice on a lot of different things, not just whether they can have a casual experience in Apex, which this may actually be the first one, considering that you can respawn now whenever you lose a fight. And that means you have no pressure on if you lose that fight. Sure, you might not be top in the leaderboard, your team might not win, but if you die, I mean, that's not the reason you guys lost all 3 zones. And it takes an easier approach to including people who might be more nervous in Apex, or who honestly might just want a casual moment with their fans, their viewers, maybe if they're a streamer, to play without focusing so hard with such high stakes and only one life. Secondly, it gives you a true opportunity to experiment, because in arenas, only one round with the same level of choice that you had to spend your money, it was much more of a tactical decision on how you buy abilities and how you end up going throughout the game to spend your energy. However, in Control, you're able to respawn and pick a different style of loadout, and that allows you to use new weapons, new guns, and if you start doing well with them, you level them up. If not, you go back, have new guns, and try again. But you start with the guns that you're choosing, and that allows you to truly get that experience of trying things out, whether you have enough credits for them or not, and getting better at weapons, which we all know as a casual player is huge, to be able to practice and to be able to ultimately learn to be a little bit better each and every game without putting too much pressure on yourself to be the best right away. Now, yeah, we talked about number 1 and number 2, but the number 3 secret might be the biggest one, especially as to what will allow players to truly enjoy and find gratification from this mode that Control brings other modes in Apex Legends don't. However, I will say that some of the aspects of Control just sound really fun and cool, especially when it comes to a quality of life thing. Total Control allows you to actually own every single zone if your team is doing that well, and then instantly start a lockout phase, which if you complete will win the game automatically. So if you're in a bad team that has no chance, or a team that's dominating, you can put a pin on that and memorialize your statement or get out of there right away, especially if all teams throw 3 zones or capture them in their favor. There are also rare supply drops that will fall down and give you access to rare loot, like Krabers and golden weapons, that will turn the tide of a fight, but it's going to be up to the savvy players who can multitask doing one thing while planning their next move. I talk about stuff like this and other tips to become a better Apex Legends player on all of my videos in my channel, so make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are on the road to 400K. I'd love you to be a part of it. All right, the number 3 secret to really get down to the nitty-gritty of why this is so important is that you have a chance to reward a different type of player in Apex Legends, which opens up a new way to feel that you are good at this game. Apex Legends Control secretly exposes that people want to be rewarded for what they do well, not just how good they are. Weird to think, right? Doing well, being good, it seems like they overlap, but not always. We've seen players who actually aren't that good do something amazing, yet at the end of the game, you look at their damage numbers, and they might have 1 kill, and you'll go, wow, you did nothing. And that player goes away saying, but if you only could have seen. Well, now you have a chance to see. As ratings don't just take the damage numbers or the kills numbers, they take objective captures and other big moment plays like getting that 1 kill that might have been the ratings leader, giving you more points and allowing you to showcase to the rest of the lobby, yeah, I didn't make a lot of plays, but I made the most important plays that allowed us to win the game. Eduardo Silva, Octane's father, being the mastermind behind Control, which we saw in the trailers, allows you to have this new rating system as you play Control and perform actions that help your teams, like capturing zones, killing enemies, or assisting teammates. You will grow your own personal rating. Audience will see it, and they'll not only help you and your team, your higher ratings will be broken up into tiers like blue, purple, and gold. They'll get harder to get, but you'll get an upgrade to each of the weapons that you have on you once you get them. You'll also gain a tier that allows you to earn your ultimate to make uses of your Legends abilities in more powerful ways. When you hit that tier, you can keep earning ratings to get more ultimate charges, even if your loadout's maxed out. When you die, they do reset, but remember this, kills don't matter as much when everyone can just respawn. So in place of the kill leader, the player with the highest rating will be the ratings leader, the player who is really doing the most. Killing the ratings leader can boost your own ratings, and when the ratings leader dies, you'll have to exceed that ratings leader as the leader if you want to take their place. Now, in this video, I've been seeing some great footage from Apex Legends Defiance trailer, some of the images from the map, and of course, some of the gameplay and the stills from Control. But this last point has to be reiterated. Players all have value. Whether you're a tactical player, you like to sit and hide and maybe capture objectives versus be out in the middle of the fight, or you like to bunny hop, slide jump, 360, Tony Hawk kickflip into the battlefield with a Mastiff and Maggie and show people what's up. There's a spot for you, and this game will actually give you the credit that you deserve. I think that's one of the biggest things that has changed in Apex Legends in this mode. I think it's going to be one of the biggest secrets that allows us to see exactly what players have been craving and why it works so well. If you guys like this video, leave a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more Defiance content here at Raynday Gaming. As always, never give up, never stop gaming. I'll see you all next time.